This is my channel, a platform I'm using to document and create moments that matter to me. Whether I'm telling people they're mad and have no one to tell them, sharing my personal life lessons, venturing around the world with my friends, laughing, having insightful conversation. Oh, and don't forget a beat face.
Let me just start by showing you the struggles that I've had. Can you see the angle that the lens is at? It was on my tripod and then it fell down this way. So how you guys doing? Got my little cup of tea this time. That's nothing worse than seeing lipstick all over someone's teeth on the video. So I kind of wanted to talk about individuality today. Action. I think it is a lost art and it is something that is very hard to master. It's very hard. It's not even very hard to master. It's just something that's very hard to surrender to. You know, a lot of people say this kind of stuff, right? To me, individuality is just surrendering to who you are. It's like dropping down all these characteristics and all these traits that you've picked up from around the way, just from what you consume, and really getting to the bare bones of who you are. I think that's what individuality is. Individuality is how you express yourself in your own unique way. It's how you present yourself in your own unique way. It's how you communicate. It's just all the different manifestations of who you are as a person. I've realized that when I feel like I've lost myself, or no, when I feel down, or when I feel like I'm not doing enough, or when I feel like all these kind of things, it's because I've lost my sense of individuality. I've lost my sense of self. I've lost my sense of who I am, the things that are unique about me. It's a very easy thing to do because if you really think about it, day in and day out, we're kind of just consuming what's around us. And you know, when you consume what's around you and when you like take in everything that's around you so much and you don't take time to take yourself away from just everything that's going on, you kind of get lost in it a little bit, especially if you don't have a strong sense of self. It's very, very easy to do. All I'd have to do is roll over my bed, open my phone, open an app, Instagram. The beauty of being like young and naive and stuff like that is because you don't really have a firm awareness. Well, for the most part, you don't really have a firm awareness of the world around you. You don't have a firm awareness of all the politics of who you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to present yourself to be in order to be successful, in order to be popular, in order to be considered pretty. You're just you playing around in the mud and, oh, actually these days, people even play in the mud. I don't know, what's everyone doing? Oh, sad. It's a sad, sad day. The innocence of being a kid and the obliviousness of being a kid is that you can be yourself. You can actually just be yourself without really thinking about it. But then as you get older, it starts to be dictated to you. Okay, in order to be successful, you need to be like this, this, this. In order to be pretty, you need to be like this, this, this. The easier it is to lose your sense of individuality, of who you are, because you're asking, okay, what can I do to be like XYZ person? There's somebody else's blueprint. You're not them. It's easy to get lost in the smoke and mirrors of somebody else's success, and it's easy to get lost in the smoke and mirrors of, you know, the things that look cool and trendy and successful and shiny, but then none of those things can fully reflect who you are until you do it your way. And I think it's something that I've had to keep reminding myself, because even if I use the example of YouTube, right, like I could be watching somebody else's videos and I'll be like, damn, I really like this thing that they do, and oh, I wish I thought of that, and things like that, right? But that doesn't mean that I should now come and take everything that's theirs and put it on my channel, because guess what, it's not going to work. Somebody else is going to look at the video and be like, hey, you just done what so and so's done. Like, this isn't even you. It's like you're performing. A lot of us are performing. We're performing to who we are. We're performing to an audience that doesn't really care about us or doesn't really know who we are. We're performing a version of ourselves that we believe is acceptable or we believe is desirable for whatever reason, whether that's for affection, whether that's for admiration, whether that's for likes. You know, sometimes you need to play the game a little bit. Don't ever play the game and then lose sight of who you are, because then the game was won. You got lost in the game, mate. You ain't succeeded. I would never want to feel like I've got to a place or I've become a person that may be deemed as successful or whatever the case may be, and then I've lost myself and my essence of myself. When that happens, I can imagine why like a person could become depressed. That's why I want to keep reminding myself to know the things that's been placed in me that makes me an individual. When I think about 90s style, right, and I think of like Ashley from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Lil' Kim, they have such individual iconic styles, and it actually just lives on. I really want to start embodying stuff like that and just finding my own personal style. But to be honest, yeah, that's very hard to do these days if you're shopping at mainstream places. I want to consciously be like, oh, I don't have to wear all the things that are trendy, or to be honest, I don't even have to think about that because bitch, I'm broke. I think individuality, it can put you in a space where if you live in it comfortably enough, if you surrender to it, I think you reap way more reward than not. There's a politics to it, you know, if you're in certain areas, you can't just be doing craziness, but you always know how to express your personality and your character and your individuality in a way that there's a little bit of a change when you step in. It changes the atmosphere, you know, when you act like the light, because being yourself, I think it's easy not to want to do it, because if we don't feel like we belong somewhere, or if we don't feel like we're like everybody else, it's a very unsettling feeling. Also individual, it's just a beautiful thing. Like, who wants to be a carbon copy? I know I don't. If I want to walk around in these shades, that would be my prerogative. Will I? Probably not. But the point is, if I wanted to, I really could. When do you recognize somebody is an individual character or somebody's a little bit different? I think that's really my thoughts on it so far. Maybe I'll keep you updated. Maybe my opinion changes. That's the beauty of an opinion, right? Thank you for watching.